Yo, 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 what's good? Welcome to episode 11 of A Dose of Rags. I'm Rags, obviously, and I got my two sidekicks, Dose and Jay. What's good, fellas?
What up? What up? What's going on, fellas?
Yo,
So, we've had a hiatus, and I want to apologize to our, two fans. Now, anybody who's been listening, we really do appreciate it, but we had a little hiatus. We were supposed to do a live episode. I was actually in New Jersey, flew in to where these guys live, had a wedding, had a few other family things going on. And unfortunately, we weren't able to do the live studio session. It was factors out of our control, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you don't hear about that. But anyway, we are back, bitch. Let me tell you, fellas, I fucking almost missed my flight on the way home when I left Jersey. Let me tell you something. All right, first off, I get to the airport about 50 minutes till the flight, okay? As soon as I walk into the airport, I drop my special cocktail concoction, which is muscle relaxer, 25 milligrams sleep edible, 10 milligrams heavy indica, and then what else did I? Oh, double Casamigos on the rocks. I run to the bar, Casamigos on the rocks, splash of pineapple. As I'm drinking it, he made it pretty damn strong. It might have been 3 shots. So I'm like, but then he starts telling me a story. The bartender starts telling me a story about a guy who was drinking double. I'm like, who's the craziest dude you seen in here? He tells me some guy who had like 4 Glenlivets on the rocks, ends up in the bathroom, comes back from the bathroom, and starts acting so erratic that he's got to call the cops. And when the cops get there, he starts spraying ketchup all over himself, just so because they didn't. Now he's like, "Come on, you want to touch me? Come touch me!" Right? The guy went crazy. Anyway, the story delays me to the point where I see my fucking clock. It's 4:29. The doors close at 4:30. I book it, right? And I'm talking about I'm running down that fucking hallway. So it feels so far. I mean, I'm running like Diddy if the feds are coming after me. I mean, I'm booking, bro. I get up to the gate. It's 4:33. Doors closed. Gate agent, black gay dude. Doors closed. I just put my head in my hands and I'm like panting. I'm wheezing. You know what I mean? I just look like I'm in pain because now all of a sudden, like the shit in my body, the edibles, the fucking relaxer, the alcohol, it's all catching up. And I'm realizing there's probably not another flight till tomorrow, right? And he sees this. Now, I think he's waiting for me to give him a reaction, right? I think he's waiting for, what the fuck? I'm only a few minutes late. Open that door, goddammit. But I just am so depressed. Like the shit's hit me, and I just realized I'm gonna be here all day, all night. He's like, he does something on a little computer. He prints out another board pass. He's like, go. And then the door won't open. He's doing his little code for the fucking door. It won't open. Finally, he gets it open. I run in. Everybody in the plane's watching me like, this is the asshole, right? I walk over to my seat. Or to the seat. I have a window seat, 16A, I think it was. And I put my luggage up. They put my luggage up in first class. I got the last slot. I'm so fucking lucky. I got my little laptop bag. I have a fucking foot-long hoagie in my laptop bag, which again was another reason I was a little bit late to the airport because I needed to not pay the airport price for a sandwich, right? So I bought Tasty Subs. I don't know if anybody knows. It's a pretty good place in North Brunswick or whatever, New Jersey. But it's a big fucking sub. And I smushed it into my laptop bag. And all I got in the sub was because I didn't want to get lettuce on there because it would go soggy, right? I got a turkey sub. I didn't want to put the lettuce on there, so I just got a little bit of onions. This fucking asshole puts oil and vinegar on it. So it depletes my whole region. So anyway, I look in the seat in the middle. Beautiful fucking girl sitting next to me. Beautiful brunette, some type of Latina. I get in my seat, and I immediately started making a few jokes. I'm like, I would have been in my seat already. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't already be in my seat. Like, she's next to another girl. I don't know if they're together. They're laughing at me. You know, I'm still like working hard, so I'm sounding like an old man a little bit.
Wait. You're hitting on her then?
No, I'm just like naturally like just being who I am, right? I'm not hitting on her, right? Because listen, when you're sitting next to someone, the worst thing you want to do is start hitting on them. It's a 6-hour flight, bro. And again, I've seen the fucking Indian brown men don't want to be doing nothing on the airplane weird, right? So I've seen the videos, all the weird people doing weird shit on the plane. So I'm just being nice. Listen, the chick next to her is bigger. She's demure. Whatever they call it.
Demure.
But I'm just being demure and mindful. You feel me?
Very
hard sweating. Come in, my little fucking laptop bag, which there's fucking obviously edibles and submarine sandwiches, and it's stuffed with goodies, right? Anyway, so I sit down, and then we're still having just a general, like, stupid conversation. She's actually said something really nice. She's like, "Oh, no, I don't want to take your seat. I was hoping you made your flight." Like, whatever, bullshit. I don't know if she meant it. But anyway, at that point...
She was throwing rocks at you.
She might have been, because I came in real confident, you feel me? But there's no real confidence behind it. You know, it's just like at that point, I'm so happy I made my flight. The edibles are hitting me. I'm just like, woo! You know what I mean? I'm in like fucking Ric Flair world, right? So I'm just being myself though at the end of the day. But I settle in. My laptop bag is down there. But now, I haven't eaten all day. And this is a 5 p.m. flight. Remember, I don't eat before my flights. Strict rules. Because I don't want to shit on that plane no matter what.
Yeah,
so,
we talked about this.
Yeah, exactly. So this submarine sandwich is for the fucking flight because I'm so cheap, right? I realize how much of a fucking slob I'll look like if I pull out this big submarine sandwich which smells like onions and just start munching it down so I can leave it.
You had onions on that?
Yeah,
I had onions.
Smell like vinegar and onions, buddy.
Yeah,
you're so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful to everyone around you. You should be an absolute shame of yourself.
Bro, I said no vinegar. So I just
you didn't say no onions.
A few onions. I said a few onions because, bro, I need something in there besides just meat, cheese, and fucking bread. Yeah. So, listen, I'm like, damn, I can't pull the sandwich out. I'm so starving. I'm so hungry. But I'm like, listen, even though I'm not like, even at that point, the edibles and the muscle relaxers and the sleep are hitting me so hard with the alcohol combined that I'm like, I don't even want to talk to her anymore. I just want to go to fucking sleep after I pound my food in my stomach. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I just want to fucking sleep. So at that point, still, my male instinct is like, I can't eat in front of it. And again, I would be the only one eating on the whole section of that section of the plane. So then I know I'm making noise, so I just couldn't do it. So meanwhile, the submarine sandwich sits in my little fucking bag. As the flight goes, I take my sneakers off, okay? Now, you know, I have had some stank feet in my life. We all know that. Listen, not in recent times. I buy shoes every 3 months. Listen, I'm size 14 wide. It's tough. You got to really change your sneakers a lot. Especially if you're active.
Let me ask you, though. Have you ever had someone to ask you to put your shoes back on? Because I have, on the plane.
No one's ever done that. Thank God. But I mean, look, in the end of the day, if my shit stinks, I will put them on myself. You feel me? But I couldn't realize was the smell coming from my feet or the sub sandwich because they're sitting in the same location right down there. And eventually I just said, fuck it. So what I actually did do, though, the JetBlue lady comes by. And by the way, fuck you, JetBlue. I'll say this, and I'll give you 2 reasons. Let me tell you number 1 reason. Wi-Fi wasn't working on the flight. But credit card machine fucking was. How's that possible, bitch? But anyway, I got the JetBlue card. By the way, I just got rid of this fucking card because guess what? JetBlue stopped flying from fucking LAX to EWR, LAX to Newark. No more flights after October 26th. So I'm done with this card. I had fucking 80,000 points, and I got to do shit with them now. But anyway, I ordered a cheese plate. And I ordered a protein box, which is like just nuts and shit, right? And I ate those. But here's another thing. Another sign she gave me. I get the plate, and she was like, I guess, trying to like drift off to sleep. As soon as I order the boxes, and by the way, they're half price with a JetBlue card, so I got them both for $5 instead of $10 each, which is nice. She pulls out her little thing of strawberries, starts eating them. But I'm so high and groggy at this point, I can't even talk to her. And at that point, I was like gonna order another drink because it's also half price for me. But it was so fucking like blasted, and I just needed to sleep that I didn't even do that.
So
But
wait
anyway,
a minute. Wait a minute. You brought a sub, but because you were scared to open the sub because of the onions, you ordered nuts and cheese plate.
Well, listen, here's another thing, Dose. You've seen me eat. They call me Rags for a fucking reason, okay? I'm very sloppy. I'm shit. You know what I mean? I'm all over the place, and I'm very aware of myself. I'm not like, well, I'm just really, you know. I'm a fucking sloppy dude. I'm a fucking clumsy guy. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. And I knew if I opened the sub, shit would fall here. As soon as you come in there, and now all of a sudden the smell's really out. So I actually was being very respectful, as you guys said I wasn't when I brought the sub in.
Did they cut the sub like into like 4 pieces?
Oh, they cut it into 4 parts, and that was what I was nervous about because I thought if I open it up, it's just gonna fall everywhere.
I could definitely relate.
So
yeah. I'd have like onions and crumbs all over my shirt and everything. Yeah, I'm with you, Rex.
I think that's a horrible job by you. I think that was an awful job by you. Poor time management. Okay.
It was.
Poor time management as far as, you know, getting to the airport and then getting sucked into the story at the bar, number one. Number two, poor self-awareness. I'm going to be on a plane. Maybe I shouldn't get freaking onions because the whole cabin's going to reek.
Bro,
all right?
bro, 9 times
he's Indian though, man. He's got to have onions.
Eat onions. Raw onions are my delicacy for me. Bro,
Listen,
9 times out of 10, I'm either sitting next to fucking goddamn fucking DEMURE baby or fucking goddamn fucking, you know, old dude or fucking woman with a kid. People I just want to eat from. I want to annoy that lady with the child. Say, hey, fuck you. Who's going to win the contest today? Being the most annoying. But no, this time I get this beautiful.
You got lucky.
Latina woman who's just so elegant and just the way she's eating her strawberries, so classy. And I'm like, thank God I didn't eat my fuck. And I'm even eating the cheese plate like a fat fuck, like Cookie Monster eating that shit. And I can't even like open the like bag of nuts. It's that fucking hit, you know what I mean? It falls everywhere. I'm too high and just ready to sleep.
Did you actually? Did you go to sleep?
Here it is. It was all worth it because I slept basically the whole fucking thing. And I barebacked it. No music. You know why? I had my AirPods. Fucking first 15 minutes I'm sitting down. I'm getting all blasted.
Raw dog.
The AirPod falls out of my ear and it falls behind and I can't find it. It's under the seat and I have to ask the lady behind me to find it. She finally gives it to me. I can tell she's annoyed. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to use these AirPods. I'm not listening to nothing. I'm barebacking the flight, raw dogging it, as they call it, and I'm just going to go to sleep.
Dear God, please tell me you woke up with your head on the girl's shoulders, drooling out of your mouth. Please tell me that happened.
No. I nudge into the window. You know, I'm a real window nudger, bro. I'm the kind of, I ram into the window. I got fucking, you know what I mean? I really got a sweatshirt to pad it up. But listen to this. Her fucking head is coming towards my direction. And now I'm feeling, wow, this is starting to look real creepy if I even look that way. You know what I mean?
That's almost a cuddle, Rex. That's almost a 5-hour cuddle session.
Or a 5-hour holding show. You know what I'm saying? Bro. So anyway, get home feeling, by the way, I got to tell you guys one thing. On the way to Jersey, I missed that flight. You guys remember? Because I was a degenerate. I don't want to go into details. I want to protect my fucking identity. Remember, what you say can and will be used against you. So, because we won't go into that story. But we will go into the fact that when I finally did get a flight, bro, I got the aisle seat. No one in the middle. Lady on the right with a baby. So, yeah, no one in the middle. But she's got the baby. And I'm like, wait, is that the baby seat? You know, I don't know if she bought the seat for the baby. But anyway, the reason I bring this up, this woman was so fucking impressive with this baby. Bro, anytime, she was like a magician. Anytime the baby would start up, she'd like fucking turn him around, twist him up. She'd pull a fucking quarter behind his ear. She'd shove something in his mouth. Like, she had the baby, like anything and anything. She just did not allow him to cry. Because she was so aware of his needs at every moment. Whether he needed to just be shooken up a little bit, whether he needed to be fucking put a blueberry in his mouth, or whether he fucking needed to have a little fucking iPad activity. This was the fucking mom of the century, bro. She just knew how to handle that motherfucker. So wait, should we blame parents for crying babies?
No, you
Maybe.
can't.
I think partially. It depends. There's a lot of different factors involved in here. Okay, and I am a parent. I have 3 kids. Okay, I've traveled with 2 of them while they were babies, not the oldest. At some age, there's only like those infants. There's only so much you could possibly do. You can't blame them for the infant kids, but once they get to a certain age, give them a lollipop or something. Jesus, what the fuck? Give them a goddamn lollipop.
Yeah.
I gave Alexia a lollipop. We flew all the way to freaking Panama, stopped there, lay over, then flew to Paraguay. Okay, she was fine. Aiden, gave him a lollipop, gave him an iPad. He was fine. Now, I know some parents will say, shouldn't give my kids sugar. Shouldn't give my kids screen time. Blah, 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 blah. There's an exception for fucking everything, okay? Stop it. So partially, yes. Parents are to blame.
Yeah,
at the end of the infant, you're right?
Because there's only a certain amount, but I think the parents are responsible if they see their kid going wild and they're not making an attempt to suppress the kid. Like if they see the kid just going crazy and they're not even trying to make the kid quiet at all, and they just let them do whatever, then yeah. But otherwise, yeah, like you can't really control.
Well, the thing is, infant you can't control, right, Jay?
Yeah.
The thing is that anybody who gets to the age of, I say 1, at that point they have a personality now. They're you know, I mean, they're pretty much kind of who they are at some level almost. I mean, yeah, they're gonna be defined by their environment, all that shit. But listen, the bottom line is like Doe said. I think if you can't, what kid fucking won't stop crying when you shove sugar in their mouth, right? It's just a pleasure signal, you know.
And full disclaimer here, you know, obviously, if you have a special needs kid, that changes the whole dynamic completely. Okay.
All right, yeah.
So I'm not. I want to be very, very clear about that. I don't want you. We got to be. We have to be understanding that there's a different situation. There's a different. Every circumstance is different. Okay. But I'm just saying, you know, on average.
I mean, that's like 1 out of 10 kids, right? I would guess. Just
maybe. I don't know.
Speaking of special needs kids, so obviously I stayed at my parents' house when I go back to New Jersey. Bro, I'll tell you what, I stay in my 2 brothers used to share a room. I stay in that room now. And let me tell you something, I was definitely backed up by the time I got back to LA because I had not jerked off. I had not released that often. Because it's hard to release in your fucking parents' house at this age.
Why?
Man.
You were doing that when you were 13, 14, 15?
Okay, and guess what? It brings back PTSD because I got caught by my pops.
Did you really?
You did?
Swear to God, walked in the room. I mean, I had the blanket over me, and I just stopped. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And I think he kind of figured it out. And then he was gonna pull the blanket off. I was like, "Don't!" And then he just walked out.
Oh boy. Oh, that's dramatic.
So, let me tell you, there's only one thing worse than getting caught when you're 14 or 15 by your dad, is getting caught by your dad when you're 46 in your brother's room with no lock on the door. It just feels, I got PTSD, man. So I had to pleasure myself 3 times yesterday. You know what I mean? Whew.
Bro, you were on Cali time. You cannot tell me that your parents were wide awake at like 1 a.m.
Bro,
and then they would have been able to catch you red-handed around that time.
Bro, I was falling asleep early. Bro, I don't know what happened this time.
During the shower.
You know what? I like to be in the moment. You know, I like to have the fucking, like, the candles lit. You know what I mean? I like to have everything
he likes to
set
romance
up.
himself.
Exactly. I want to feel beautiful.
Listen, bro. If you're backed up, you just got to do what you got to do. Okay.
Well, dude, I had one day I did. I backed myself. Whew, I not only backed myself up, I backed myself out, bitch. God damn it! I was still paranoid, bro. I was like a little fucking kid waiting, fucking. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know.
Yeah, that just brings me to an interesting question. Have any of you guys ever caught one at work?
No, I can't say that I have.
I tell you, I've caught one in very weird places, bro. The weirdest. You've caught it at work, obviously.
Yeah. I actually have a thing in my head where, like, I have a long-term
Your work
game.
people watch this.
Not at my current job. I said okay. I have.
Good. That's why I wanted to make sure we specify.
Yes.
Not at your current job.
Yeah,
this
not
year.
At my current job. No.
No, I also listen as a young man, and I'm going to get into your story of how it happened at your work. But as a young man, I've done it everywhere, right? I mean, we all, when you're 13, 14, 15, 16, like, okay, the worst place I did it was one time I was on my way to cheat on my girlfriend. Okay. First girlfriend I had. And it was far because, you know, I wouldn't get anything close by. I was going to Reading, Pennsylvania, bro, from New Jersey, bro. I was going to like where Joe Biden grew up. You feel me? I was like, this is back in the day, AOL, ASL, all that shit. Okay? This chick's mother gave me directions to the place. She's the one typing the direction. She doesn't know we're gonna bang, right? But anyway, it wasn't like set we're gonna bang, but we had obviously some discussions that alluded to that. But so listen, I'd say about 45 minutes into the drive, and I start feeling real guilty. I'm like, what am I doing, bro? What's wrong with me? At that moment, I pulled it out as I'm driving 60 miles down the highway, 70 miles, rub one out. As I came, bitch, turn the bitch around. As I'm coming mid, I like just did a 360, 180 on that highway, went right back on that other down, you know what I mean, on the other side of the highway, going back to fucking south or whatever the fuck it was. Bro.
And how far were you to the girl's home?
I think it was about 2 hours from where I was going, so it was about an hour where, you know what I mean, something like that.
So you just didn't feel like making that drive. That's what it really came down to.
I swear to you, I felt guilty, bro. I was like, what am I doing? I have a good thing. I swear.
Do you think if the commute was like only 45 minutes instead of 3 hours?
Done. I'd been on my second nut. Actually, I was 20 years old, 21 years old. I was on my fourth nut. No, I'm kidding. No, but
you might have actually done a good thing though, because you know how they say you're supposed to rub one out before you have sex to make yourself last longer.
Yeah,
you're multitasking,
bro. At that age, though, bro, you're like a fucking loaded gun, bro. You're like a loaded fucking semi-automatic. You know what I mean? You're just ready, bitch. You're like, okay, even if I fuck it up, I'll be ready in 7 more minutes. So we're good, baby. You know what I mean? Like, that's the beautiful thing about being a young man. But yeah, so Jay, go into how you did it at work, because listen, at work is very scary.
Yeah, it does get like that. So in one of my old jobs, there was I think this was my first job out of college, you know, and the teams that we had, they were mostly like young people, you know. There's some attractive chicks at work. So and then, you know, you got a little time to kill, and
wait. You're saying you lunch hour break?
Yeah, I think this was post lunch, after one of those afternoon lull time breaks.
Post lunch, post nut.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're like, oh, you know what? I'm always tired after work. What's the way I can even get more tired? After lunch.
Nothing was getting done. I wasn't productive at all because I was fucking horny as hell, just thinking of shit. Wow. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me go do everyone a favor. So I go to the bathroom and bust a paranoid ass nut.
Oh,
what is that? Wait. What does that even mean? A paranoid ass nut.
Let me give you a picture.
Obviously, you're in a.
Let me give you a picture. You know the way a dog shits outside, just legs shaking, looking at it.
You know what I mean? Look, you're trying to bust a nut, like Rag said. You want the ambiance, right? This is the worst because you're in a freaking stall, and then you hear dudes come in. He's right next to you. You can literally see his fucking feet.
Oh God! Know what I mean? And those awful fluorescent lights. Yeah, you can see every single little. Every single fucking part of your cock.
So did anyone walk into the bathroom when you were choking the chicken, or?
Yeah, I think at that point I was like, I think I rushed myself at the end. I'm like, all right, no point in sitting here.
Well, that's another thing. At that age, you have such good timing. You can make. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like, if I need to shoot, like you're the hair trigger. You feel me? Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's so. I mean, obviously, you don't have to admit a place that's really embarrassing. Oh, I actually got one more. Weirdest place I did it. Rutgers, New Jersey. I don't even know. I hope I can admit this on the air.
What do you mean, Rutgers, New Jersey?
Rutgers, New Jersey. When I lived there, 2005.
You mean New Brunswick, or do you mean Newark?
New Brunswick, yeah. Rutgers, New Brunswick. Sorry, you're right. College, yeah. I used to live on. I used to go to the bars on Tuesday nights, and all three of us have been there together. Mm-hmm. Fucking Old Queens, whatever the fuck the bars are.
Right above Are You Grill?
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
where we used to live.
Yep.
But listen, so this is the bar near Golden Rail. This is Golden Rail. Remember Golden Rail had the cheap booze night on Monday or Tuesday, whatever?
Yeah.
I going home from there, back to that apartment above RU Grill, and you walk through those frat houses. You can walk through those frat houses if you want, right? I'm walking through the inside street. I pass one of the frat houses, and I start hearing noise. And I fucking hear, I get closer, but I'm drunk. And I'm hearing it's a fucking woman getting pounded. She's just getting blasted out. Oh, she sounds like it. She's very vocal. And I'm just like, again, like I felt like Jay did at work. I'm like, what? Oh my God, I couldn't get laid tonight. This guy is, I fucking creep up to the window. Creep up to the window, bro. I can't see nothing, but I can hear everything. And this guy must have been fucking goddamn, I don't know, Black Mambo. What's his name? Mandingo, whatever that motherfucking name is. He's hitting that shit right. I fucking pull it out right there, real quick. Watered the fucking garden, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Zipped up. I'm not joking. Anywho, I don't know if you guys can beat that one.
I don't think so. I was always a conservative, so nothing really. I mean, the most awkward place was in my car while I was driving.
You did the same thing.
All three of us did.
Yeah.
I remember it was to a Little Kim song. I remember that much.
It wasn't any song. It just felt like the right moment.
Yeah. Bro, and that's the thing. When you're a young man like that, it just happens. And you're like, well, it's getting in the way of the steering wheel. I got it. Anyway, let's move on. We're not that perverted, folks. I promise you we're not that bad.
Just sometimes.
So going to the opposite end. You know what's crazy, fellas? Is obviously, Dos, you got children that are close to the age of my nieces, right? My niece is 10 and 7 now, right? And I'm, again, it's crazy to see them grow up. But it's crazy to me how different they are than I was at that age. Because at 7, and you guys know my little niece was 7, I mean, that was the first time I smoked a cigarette. 7 years old, bro.
Jeez.
Listen to this. So my brothers are twins. They're born. All the attention comes off me. I'm getting all the attention prior. All the attention goes off me. I start getting a little loopy in the head, right? And I remember we bought our first house. We moved in it when I was like, 7, right? Or right after my brothers were born. Or right after my brothers were born. And there's a fucking guy doing some repair, painting or something. And he's fucking smoking this thing. And I'm a little kid. I'm just looking at him. I'm like, because, dude, smoke smells good when you're a kid for some reason. It smells good to me. And I'm looking, and he looks so happy smoking. And I literally just out there. And again, I'm getting no attention because obviously he throws his bogey and walks away. I go run over to the bogey, pick it up. It's down to the end. I burn the shit out of my lips.
Ew.
But it just shows you how different things are, man, now. I mean, now these kids can't even be outside alone, right? Let alone I'm wandering around picking up fucking butts off the ground smoking. At 7, bitch.
That's crazy.
But yeah, again, it's crazy to see.
So wait, did you inhale?
I couldn't, bro, because I immediately just.
So you didn't really smoke a cigarette.
No,
so you weren't as badass. You weren't as badass at 7 as you claim you are.
Well, I mean, look, it was the filter burning, bro. I mean, you could, and top of that, it's hot as fuck. The whole fucking thing's hot. So like, but the thing is, it shows you like, bro, like, damn, it's crazy, man. It is crazy to think about how different fucking we are. I forgot my point, but yeah, we obviously, yeah, whatever I said. It's embarrassing to think that I needed to smoke one at that age,
I just think it was a curiosity, right? You seen it, you said it looked good, it smelled good. I mean, like, I remember as a kid, seeing my uncles, they would smoke a cigarette, and the way they'd inhale it, it looked like it was so satisfying. I remember, I'm like, man, that looks like it tastes good. And so there was a curiosity there. I get it. Yeah. At that age, I get it, man.
Yeah. And another thing, when we were that age, motherfuckers were smoking inside my parents' house. So there's ashtrays.
That was common. Yeah, that was common back then.
Yeah.
Crying out loud.
What the fuck?
That JetBlue flight would have been like 3 decades ago. You'd have been, bumming cigarettes from that, the Latina girl that you were sitting by.
Bro, there's still planes that have the ashtray in there. You're like, bro,
Yeah.
how old is
How
this
old
old is
shit?
this fucking thing?
Yeah.
Bro, like, what are we doing, bro?
Yeah, my uncle in India was the first person to let me try a cigarette when I was really young, and then he gave it to me. I took one pull, started coughing my fucking lungs out,
And you
he
started laughing, right?
just laughing. Exactly,
Bro, how evil is that?
Jeez,
Like, to think I would give a cig to my 10-year-old niece, be like, that is disgusting behavior.
I know.
God damn.
Sure, uncles are creepy.
All right, well, anyway, that was the. I fucking was going to my parents' gym when I was there. Bro, it's an old person gym. I'm not going to mention the name. But here's the thing. So there's an awesome facility. There's a pool. There's a hot tub. There's a sauna. There's a steam room. There's a little fucking thing you put your swim trunks in, and you press the button, and it fucking dries them in 8 seconds. Fucking cool. It's for $70, it's fucking awesome. Anyway, so there's 2 lifeguards on duty at night. And I go on there at night one of the days, and I noticed the second lifeguard. By the way, he has Down syndrome. So, in my head, of course, I pop a little sativa before I go to the gym, right? Just to give me, especially at night, because you need a little push. It's my pre-workout.
For
right?
us non-smokers, the sativa is the one that gets you up, or is the one that makes you up? Okay.
Exactly. It's like having a little cup of coffee. I mean, I'm talking about 3 milligrams. I'm talking about nothing. A half of a 5 milligram, just to give me a little pep.
Does it really give you a little pep? 3 mgs gives you a little pep?
Bro, I have a very light tolerance, man. Very light. But I mean, on the plane, that's why when I took the 25 and the 10 and hit the 35 and hit the other bro, that's going to crush me. So, yeah, anyway, I'm in there. And what's your guys' opinion now? I felt at that moment, at first, I'm like, wait, Down syndrome, dude, my lifeguard, yo? And the comedian, my head, my brain starts going towards, and then I realize, I go, he's the number 2, and I'm realizing the lifeguard, they're all scrawny and shit. And I'm looking at number 2, DS, Down syndrome, and he is not scrawny, but I'm like, bro, this motherfucker's perfect to have me on number 2. Because if I fall in that bitch, start drowning, guess what? That little scrawny fuck ain't gonna get me. But DS with that strength, he's gonna pull me out like fucking Ric Flair pull motherfucker out the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in essence, it's beneficial to have him there, because also I realize when that motherfucker has a goal, he's gonna go harder than anybody. He's a narrow scope, and he's gonna save my fucking life. God damn it! Right?
Yeah, DS is gonna come through like a superhero with a cape.
He's gonna go off the diving board to get to that part. You feel me? Like, he ain't playing games. And when I see him, he's holding that Baywatch shit. Remember that thing they hold on Baywatch? The thing?
Oh yeah.
He's holding it so tight. I'm like, God damn, he's good. But yeah. It's so fucked up. I'm so mad is because what when I go to the gym, my thing is, I start off in the hot tub for 15 to 20 minutes, get my heart rate going, right? It also takes away some of the, soreness, inflammation from the day before. Because I try to do push-ups every other day. After that 15-minute warm-up in the hot tub, 20 minutes, what I'll do is take a cold shower, right? And then jump on the Stairmaster for 15 to 20. Fucking drip and sweat again. Then I go take another cold shower, and then I jump in the sauna or a steam room for a cap off, nightcap, whatever. So,
nightcap.
Yeah, nightcap. Little nightcap. But anyway, that was my scheduling. But here's my dumbass. At one day, the edible hits me. I took a 5 that day instead of my normal half, so it's hit me, and I took it on the empty stomach, so it's really hit me a little bit. I'm so dumb. I'm like, I get this idea in the hot tub. Instead of Stairmaster, say, let me do fucking some laps and some treading of water and go in the pool. Fucking go in the fucking pool. Immediately go. I went from the wrong way in. The lifeguards are, you got to go in from this way. My dumbass goes in the fucking pool, and I lift up one of the things that separates the lanes, and my head underwater. Immediately, fucking both of my AirPods just fucking fall in the water. God damn, bro.
You had both your AirPods in?
Yeah, I lost them.
Rex, you mentioned Mandingo. I just want to share something real quick with you guys, because just it jogged my memory. This is sometimes this is what I do to get kicks if I got a little bit of downtime, right? So I got this scam email, right, that I had to read twice to realize it was a scam. Let me just tell you what it said. Garnishment notification and arrest notice, Legal Department of Major Credit Bureau, case file 24ST576924, loan reminder debt recovery, due amount $1,200, right? Settlement. But if I settle, basically, so they send me a thing saying that they're going to garnish my my paycheck, or they're going to arrest me, right?
Yeah, it's Indian guys.
Yeah, right. Or unless I make a $650 payment today, right? So, and I had to look through the email to see where it was coming from and all that, like really sneaky. And then they end it on "Do respond ASAP. Best wishes, Ryan Harris, Senior Legal Advisor." Yeah, right. So I had to read it twice just to make sure, like, yo, this is a scam. So I was so heated. I hate scammers. Like, I've heard so many horror stories of them getting old people. My dad almost fell victim to one of those fuckers. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, you know what? I felt a little mischievous that day. So I sent them an email back. I said, "Dear Mr. Harris, please find attached a photo of my credit card number. Should you need, the security code in the back is 213. Please let me know if you're able to process the payment through the attachment. Please confirm that the one-time payment in the amount of $650 account will be closed and no additional action is needed. Any other information, please feel to contact me. Clifford Shaquan Smith." Which is
which is used the whitest name in the world and the blackest name in the world in one sentence.
Exactly. So then I'm imagining in my head this call center from India, like, this idiot just sent us a copy of his credit card and stuff. We got him. So then I sent him the infamous Mandingo guy on there as the attachment, and I had to look up his name. His name is Barry Wood.
Yeah, I've looked him up.
Yeah,
he's exactly.
Impressive. Yeah. So I sent that as the attachment instead, and fair to say, I was laughing to myself pretty much all day from that one.
And then he replied back, and
nope,
no,
because they knew better than this.
What if he was gay? You just gave him some new fucking jail jerk off material. He's like, "Mandingo,
Either that, or I made him feel very inadequate about his own shit over there.
All right, moving on. Let's go to pet peeves, and after we'll go to pet peeves, and we'll wrap it up after that. Pet peeves. So here's a pet peeve of mine. I noticed actually while I'm in New Jersey. So why is it that every fucking time I pull up to the light, right, in New Jersey, and you can't take a turn on red, the sign for no turn on red, the sign is always in the rightest area in the corner, right? So you could pull up on the right and actually miss a sign if you're looking a little bit to the left, correct? No turn on red is always on the right. It should be, no turn on red should be right in the fucking middle, right next to the stoplight. So everyone can see it up there. Because I have missed the no turn on red multiple times because I passed it a little bit and I'm not thinking about it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Absolutely.
You're 100% wrong. I beg to differ 100%. Okay.
No.
You're 100% wrong. First of all, most of those don't turn on right are just single lanes that you could only turn from that lane. Therefore, it's going to be on the right side of the road because who gives a shit if you're in the middle lane or the left lane because you're making a left or go straight. Horrible job by you.
Have you ever missed the sign? No turn on red.
That's what I'm saying. If you creep up a little bit, you miss it, and then have you ever missed a sign? Be honest.
Never.
Come on. You know you have, bro.
I remember specifically one time I made a turn on a no turns in Newark and got pulled over, like on Broad Street. You know, I made a turn on a no turns traffic light, and that no turn traffic light was dead smack in the middle of the like right dead smack in the middle of the road, kind of, and I missed it.
So wait. So you're saying the opposite way? You're saying because it was in the middle?
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly.
Exactly. You got even looking forward at me.
Well, I was making it right. Why do I give a shit if it's in the middle? I'm making it right.
See, our brains work in different ways. I need to sign in them as I'm approaching. I need to know. I'm like RoboCop. I'm scanning it.
Well, at least my contrary opinion was not just for hyperbole. It had some history behind it. I wasn't just disagreeing just to disagree.
All right. No, I like that you disagree. We need some disagreement, right? Obviously, you know what I'm saying. That's what life is about. Next peeve I have: the fucking asshole who'll text you, man or woman, and hey, man, what's going on? And I text back a couple minutes later, whatever. Nothing, bro. What's good? What are you up to? And then you don't hear back for like 6 hours. Fuck are you texting me for? What? You just trying to start something and then not keep it going? You just like, hey. What is that? What are they doing? Have you guys dealt with this?
Yeah, and I had the same exact thought. Like, what the fuck was the point of that text? Like, seriously.
Dose, have you dealt with this?
All the time. I guess it is obnoxious. I suppose. Well, wait. Let me ask you this: did they ever get back to you at all?
Yeah, but it's
and what did they say when they finally got back to you?
That's something so fucking general. It's just something so stupid. Well, we should hang out next week.
That's it.
Something. In the end of the day, that just there was no.
So there was no point to it. It was just trying to catch up and say what's up.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's weird.
Fishers out there, a lot of text fishers.
Yeah. Well, so you knew this person?
Oh, I know them very well. You guys know them.
Oh, okay. Well, some of us are just way too busy to stay on top of our text messages, even if we initiate the conversation. Way too busy.
This is a fucking we live in a crazy
Some of us
world.
are running BlackRock rags, and not all of us. Okay, all right.
So going back to my final one here. I don't know if this one's any good, but so it's like, okay, when you got your alarm set for a fucking big day, 6 a.m., right? You're like, shit, today's the day. You force yourself to sleep at like 10, but didn't fall asleep till midnight. So you wake up, but you got to sleep by midnight. 6 a.m., you got an alarm. 5:12, you just eye open one eye, and you're like, you just wake up. But you're still groggy because you haven't slept that much, but you wake up. And you look at that clock, and you're like, fuck yeah, I got 48 minutes, bitch. 48 minutes. Then, which just becomes you staring at the ceiling, having anxiety about your long, tough day, and then and then just tossing and turning. Like, I just want 10 more minutes of sleep. 10 more minutes of sleep. How awful. It's not even a pet peeve. It's just how awful is that? It's like, what? Who is torturing us? Why?
Jay, go ahead. You sound like you want to.
No, I've had that same thing. I think it was actually this past week from Thursday to Friday. Like, so I usually don't go out on a weekday, but it was a very close friend's birthday. So I had a somewhat late night, and I had to get up early as hell for a presentation. And then I wake up at 5 a.m. for no good reason. And I had a pounding headache. And then I had to get up in like an hour and a half after that. But I just kept thinking of the anxiety of me having to wake up in another hour and a half. I could not fall back. My whole day was shot. Completely shot. Like,
by the way, when you started saying that, you sounded like you were testifying in court. It was a good friend's birthday. So I was forced to be.
Are you leaving anything out? Are you leaving anything out from that story there, Jay?
Huh? No, man. Just.
Are you leaving any women out? Who knows what's going on with you? By the way, we had a wedding. We went to, and what was crazy about the wedding was it was inside this huge hotel, this beautiful wedding venue. But what was so cool was they had a little Irish pub, like in the hotel. So let me tell you, folks, the problem with having the Irish pub outside, because during a wedding, they'll cut the drinks off during the ceremony, during the actual dances or song or speeches, right? And usually there's nowhere for you to get a drink because the venue is just a venue. But in this case, because there's an Irish pub, because it's inside of a hotel, now, some people are going out to smoke weed. Some people are going to get drinks. Some might be smoking cigarettes. But play that fucking video, Jay's video.
Yeah, that's fine. And before I do, let me just let me just clarify the context here, right? So this wedding was a vegetarian only wedding, and I think the groom side of the family was very religious, so there was alcohol in this wedding, but they were very particular on when they want the alcohol to be served. So
no, but
they cut off
every wedding, every single wedding, like Indian wedding especially, will have an hour. They cut the liquor off.
This felt like the longest hour. This felt like the longest hour ever. Okay.
But
okay.
Let's show your table, because now, by the way, this was not my table.
This was during speeches. This was during speeches, by the way.
My pops.
This was during the speech.
And, my comment is, look, man, when you put the Irish pub next door and you give the people the opportunity for a vape break or whatever, it's just too easy.
Yep.
But the whole table being missing is real bad.
Exactly. You see everyone else at the wedding is sitting there watching, and then you see our table where two people were there.
If you could hear, if you listen closely, you could hear Jay commentating in the background of that video, because that kudos to Jay to capture that moment right there. You see everyone's table, and then you see our table, the degenerates, and degenerates we all were.
Let's hope.
Actually, our table was strategically placed too, in the back corner, right near the bar. We were the closest table to that bar.
The bar was right behind, and they weren't serving though. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait a minute. How do you know strategically? They said that? Someone told you that?
No, that's just my. That's
Listen,
what I'm.
That's your theory. That's your theory. You're sticking to it.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
I mean, I put a new collar and name tag in the fucking Irish pub, bitch, on the bar, bitch.
I reserved time.
You right over there, girl.
Hey, went in there and there was rounds of Guinness for everybody.
Oh yeah, Jay was drinking Guinness, the thick shit.
Yeah.
I was like, give me the Peroni. I drank what you drank. There was some Peroni, I think.
Yeah, it was like 95 degrees outside. Jesus, what are we doing?
All right, let's rapid fire, guys. We're almost there at the end. We're about an hour. Pet peeves are done on my end. Jay, you got one?
Yeah, I got one actually, Rags. You triggered one of my pet peeves with this whole traffic shit, right?
Okay.
So one thing I hate, and I remember you showed that video, how China's so smart and advanced. They show you the timings of the light when it's going to change, right?
Yeah.
And there's one thing I hate about Jersey. Sometimes on the long roads, when you catch one light, you catch them all, right? But the most infuriating part about that is that some lights don't have a sensor, where you stop at the light and there's literally no cars going across. I'm like, why the fuck did you do? I explode.
Are you the guy that flickers your fucking light even with no sensor? You're still trying to get it to work?
Yeah, I am that guy. I am that guy.
That's me too. I mean, bro, it's like we live in 2024. China's fucking telling us in China they're so advanced, yet motherfucker, the red lights can't even fucking be in sync here. You know what I'm saying? On the same block.
Jeez.
So,
and I'll tell you something. I don't know what it is with the human body, but I don't know if we talked about this, but the closer you get to going home and you got to take a shit, it's like your stomach just acts up even more. And I just remember on this particular day when I had to stop at the light and there was no cars coming across, I almost lost it. Like,
bro, I was just wet at that point. Come on. At that point, I explained to the cops.
I know.
Look, I got a shit.
I
mean, hopefully you were 100% sober. You did not have a single drink in your system. And I think, guys, I mean, one could literally do a whole fucking episode on New Jersey driving pet peeves easily.
I think anywhere driving pet peeves.
Yeah,
because people are such bad drivers in L.A., in New Jersey, in New York. Like, these are the worst drivers on the road, and us three are basically dealing with them.
I know. The one complaint we always get from out-of-state drivers is our jug handles. People don't understand it when they come to Jersey.
Bro,
why
wasn't Jug Handle the name of like a guy in a cartoon?
No, Jughead. You think of Jughead from the Archie comics, yeah. Yep.
All right, fellas. Good job. We're back, and guys, we're gonna be back every week. Again, hope you guys like us. Please, Dose. What do they got to do?
Guys, remember, subscribe to us on YouTube. A Dose of Rags. ADOUSRAAGZ. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Hit that follow. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like.
Peace.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank everyone. Bye.